okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Aha, now you wanna don't hear all this bad.
Hello there. You're welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Politico tonight from wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining me. So tonight, earlier today, I gave a brief on the reaction of Nigeria government through the Nigeria Minister of Misinformation, Laya Muhammad, that debunked the detailed forensic report of CNN over the Lekki massacre. So they have come out to debunk it, and I'm going to play you the video of Laya Muhammad's press conference today, denying that, and in fact promising to sanction CNN in Nigeria from reporting what is going on in Nigeria. At the same time, he also said, indeed, they are after DJ Switch and they will expose her soon. I don't know what they want to expose, but you get to probably, judge that as we proceed. Also tonight, I am going to also bring back to you the Nigeria Hall of Shame. Nigeria Hall of Shame, where criminals are pretending or parading themselves as honorable men and women, and they are now, in fact, plotting towards 2023. Shameless people who have left their people more, they've led their people more into poverty, while corruption is the order of the day. Fine. PDP, APC, all of shame in Nigeria. I will let you know what they are up to this time around. You've heard the story that Umahi of Ebonyi State has decamped to APC. And his reason for decamping to APC from PDP, it was, from his record, he was PDP chairman at some point. He was deputy governor. Then he is now governor. All of that under PDP. So his reason for leaving PDP is because of injustice to Igbos. PDP has been so ungrateful to Igbos for 16 years, or how many years now? It will be 21 years, because PDP has been leading or ruling over Ebonyi State from 1999. So Umahi left PDP because of injustice in PDP, injustice to Igbo people. Now is found succor in APC of Buhari. You are going to hear from him as well. There is this development that seems not to be really getting media attention, but it is a very, very powerful political snub. This happened just yesterday when the South governors, Wike, Okowa, and the rest of them decided to call for a meeting where they want to have a chat about security, about what is going on in the South, things that are bothering them, including the Zamfara gold that is for Zamfara people, while Niger Delta oil is for the whole of Nigeria. So they decided to call a meeting where Buhari was meant to attend. Buhari no show, a no send representative. The governors were not really happy that it seems Buhari no get any business with them. So you're also going to hear from them. Wike spent 2 hours, paid millions of naira to media houses so that he could spend up to 2 hours explaining why PDP will not miss Umahi joining APC and about 2023 election. I'll get to share a few of the things, insider stories I know. I'm going to share them with you, and I'm going to let you also listen to them. Let them talk. Then we can pick from their words, and then So, guys, a lot is going on in Africa right now. Uganda, Kampala, the capital of Uganda, has been in turmoil, and so many other parts of Uganda have been in turmoil for the past months. Ugandans are supposed to be going to poll anytime soon, okay? And the only viable opposition that seems to really be pushing the boundary is this guy, Bobby Wine, who happened to be a former musician, a popular musician in Uganda, who ran for political office after seeing the level of where the state-sponsored or the gangster-like terrorism against the people of Uganda, the dictatorship that Museveni has been sort of using to rule Uganda for over 30 years. I was doing the calculation. Uganda president Yoweri Museveni came to power in 1986 to 1996. That's 1 decade. 1996 to 2006, that's 2 decades. 2006 to 2016, that is 3 decades. And then 2016 to 2020, 4 years. That means this guy has been in power for the past 34 years. And he's never lost any election because he has the control of the, like in Nigeria, he has the control of the military, he has the control of the police, he controls the judiciary. He's there. It's like, 34 years is a long time, right? So this Bobby Wine, young guy, seems to control the loyalty of the young people in Uganda. Like in Nigeria, Uganda has the population of young people. The largest population of Ugandans are young people. So therefore, they managed to find a political voice with this Bobby Wine guy. And the guy ran for office and he won. He became an MP. And now he's been running, or he is running to be the president of Uganda to challenge Museveni. And that seems to be a taboo right? It's meant to be a democracy in Uganda, but it is not democracy, far, far from it, okay? But we'll get to that too. Now, we're also going to do a bit of a quick catch-up. And the only thing I think that the Western media does, and it does very well, is that they make sure that they continue to analyze and remind you about events that must have led to whatever decision or whatever reality we have today, like what happened at Lekki toll gate. As much as the government is spending, you won't believe it. Laya Mohammed, who is currently trying to debunk what happened at Lekki toll gate, Laya Mohammed is even currently looking for those who are going to collect money. They have about 250 million naira that they want to spend on international media in the next few days to counter what CNN exposed. Okay, but come on, we are now in a world whereby internet will never forget, and with the evidence we have today, it will be so difficult for this to leave the memory of the people, and we are going to do our best to make sure this doesn't leave the memory of the people, so that in another year or two, you won't join those who will still keep asking, but they said nobody died, because that is what the government wants to do. In Uganda now, they've killed over 30 people from the record picked up so far. They've killed over 30 young people in Uganda by the police, by their military. They've arrested thousands already as we speak. And even Bobby Wine himself has been arrested. Same thing happening to the NSAS protesters in Nigeria is what they are doing to people in Uganda. So we'll continue to keep records. Internet will never forget, right? And hopefully, Africa arise, Africa arise. Maybe the youth in Nigeria who championed the NSAS protest that shook the foundation of the country, shook the political class to their foundation. Maybe it's actually a good thing that eventually will lead to the Africa arise, that you will see young people from other parts of Africa standing up genuinely to their dictators and all the criminals in power in Africa. So we will keep record and we'll continue to. What happened at Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2020? That is 2010-2020. What happened? The government of Nigeria is doing, they are working overtime, looking for ways to discredit those who died, those who were killed by the Nigerian authority, I mean, the Nigerian soldiers on the order of the president of Nigeria. They are doing everything to discredit that. And that is why I'm going to start with Laya Mohammed, so that you understand where the government of Nigeria is currently standing on the issue of Lekki massacre and the killings of protesters during the NSAS protests in Nigeria. You will know, this is the first video you're going to listen to, is going to be that of the position of the Nigerian government. Then I will then take you back the memory lane again. We have the record, we have the facts, okay? Let's start with Laya Mohammed, what he had to say about CNN expose on the Lekki massacre. Let's start with that.
Live ammunition into the crowd, as some have alleged, would have led to mass killing, which never happened. Sadly, the purveyors of fake news and disinformation succeeded in deceiving the entire world that indeed there was mass killing in Lekki. Even when till date, not a single body has been produced and not a single family or relative has come out to say that their child or ward was killed at Lekki toll gate. More surprising and irresponsible is the fact that some people have been calling for sanctions against Nigeria or against Nigerian government officials on the basis of a hoax. This is one of the dangers of fake news and disinformation. Once fake news is out, many run with it without looking back, even when the truth is eventually revealed.
It's not smart. Let me, I'm going to play the second one, okay? But just for you guys who are watching right now, for you to understand that all these characters who represent governments in Nigeria as governors, ministers, these are the worst of Nigeria. So if you are watching me from outside Nigeria, if you are watching from any part of Africa and you are following this conversation, listen, these are old, archaic, old-fashioned criminals who have managed to hijack power in Nigeria. And this is their position, okay? It didn't present any evidence or anything to counter what CNN said, okay? But listen to what you have to say about CNN itself.
I watched the CNN report yesterday. I must tell you that it reinforces the disinformation that is going round, and it is blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalistic work by a reputable international news organization. CNN engaged in incredible sensationalism and did a great disservice to itself and to journalism. The first instance, CNN, which touted its report as an exclusive investigative report, sadly relied on the same videos that have been circulating on social media without verification. This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned for that.
It's not even, that's the Nigeria Minister of Misinformation. He had to write everything down. So what? He had to read word for word from what he wrote down. And he's reading from that as the position of the government. But that was the lie. Nothing else was presented. Okay? But I'm going to take you quickly down to Lekki on what happened before, during, and after the shooting and the killings. What happened before the shooting? What happened during the shooting? Then what happened after the shooting? On record by journalists who are there. This is no longer any social media video. This is a journalist who happened to be reporting from that scene. I've got two I'm going to share with you. So relax. Let's start with the CNN reporter, with Arise TV reporter who captured the moment the soldiers arrived, the shooting, the aftermath from 7 p.m. Let's say that should be 18:45 hours. That is 6:45 p.m. on the 28th of October, 2020. Watch this as a reminder, a refresher.
Causing violence, peaceful protesters still continue with their demonstration in some parts of the state, like in Lekki. And in spite of the fact that the Lagos State government imposed a curfew in order to check the rising cases of violence, some protesters have defied the curfew and are still pressing for their demands, while some people who went to work or their businesses are stranded and are trekking home. Now I have one of the protesters with me. There was a curfew that was announced earlier today. So why are you still outside by this time?
We are aware of that, and because of our demand from the government, we are not backing down. We will go ahead with the protest despite their curfew. Only we will remain in the domain according to them, because we are not going out of their ways, because we are still under them.
Everybody are shouting, end SARS, end SARS. Now the SARS have already ended now. They have already given them back now. So what we need now is accommodation in Nigeria.
Shortly after my interaction with a few of the protesters, things took a scary and deadly turn. Series of gunshots by security operatives reigned and the ambience of the peaceful demonstration turned frightful, with protesters refusing to back down. My cameraman and I were caught up in the shooting, and I must say it was a horrendous experience. How we escaped the scene was a miracle. Returning to the office was another challenge, as protesters refused to reconsider their stand and go home. Men of the Nigerian police, on the other hand, were all around to ensure the curfew is adhered to. In Lagos, Jennifer Igwe, NTA.
So that was the night the shooting started. That was the reporter who was reporting for a TV station. That is one of the debunked without evidence from Laya Muhammad, Nigeria Minister of Misinformation. I have another one from that night too. This was from the channel's reporter who was also at the scene when this shooting started. So let me see. Okay, yeah.
At 5 p.m. telling the whole world that these people are still peaceful, sitting on the floor and telling the whole world that they want their government to listen to them. And after that time, just few hours after that time, when it came into darkness, the street lights went off and some folks approached in uniform and opened fire. I'm gonna speak to one or two persons who were very close to some of the firing range and what they have to say. My brother, please can you come? Tell us what exactly happened. Speak up.
So, we were protesting peacefully. After comedian AY approached us, he addressed us. There was nothing. We were still protesting peacefully without any violence at all. Immediately, the street lights, they went off. People started shooting at us. We were able to recognize them. They were putting on uniform. These were the military men, the soldiers. We were lying down, waving our flag, telling them they are protesting peacefully. But yet they refused. They were shooting directly at us. It wasn't to drive us away. It was to kill us.
Okay, I'm gonna let him stop there. I'm gonna bring someone else. IJ, this is live update, and all our equipments are away. We had to make we had to improvise these systems. You can see I have some. You can't see, but I have a lot of folks, friends here in front of me. Those who are protesting, and they're pointing their torch lights, phone lights on me to be able to illuminate this place. Look at this man, for instance. He's conveyed a few people to the hospital, and he's got blood stains all over him. I'm going to ask him to step out again. I'm bringing someone else again. Look at this man. This is part of the damages that are happening here at the Lekki toll. Now, IJ, if you think that is not good enough, IJ, look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
That's bullets.
This is it.
Bullets.
These are evidences that people were shot. Earlier, we saw some pictures that we sent in of someone who was shot on the thigh. 2 people have been taken to a hospital that we are aware of, but there are more than 9 persons are receiving treatment in various hospitals across this place. This is what is happening here at Lekki toll. I have just a few minutes or few seconds to leave this place.
That happened. Just in case if you are already buying their lies, okay? Because they are working overtime. They are paying people to continue to change the story on social media, continue to ask, where are the bodies now? Where show us the body? I know some of you are still asking me for the bodies anyway, but I won't be able to show them as gory as they are right here on this video. But if you want to see them, please take a look at the CNN report with all the geo tracker used, location, time, the videos were made, and all of that, which the modern technology will give to you. Even CNN, before CNN, many of us can do that. You can verify a video where it's made and when it's made, and from what's a device. You can do all of that. But they believe that once they tell their people that it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, that's it, they will get away with it. They won't get away with this one. So they invited DJ Switcher onto CNN today. I want you to listen to about 5 minutes of that chat for the purpose of this broadcast, if you haven't really heard it before now. Watch this, including what Sanwo-Olu said to CNN when he confessed to CNN that indeed soldiers were brought into Lekki and they shot and killed people. Watch this.
DJ Switch is now in hiding, but is bravely joining us to speak about what happened that night and what has happened since. And we thank you for doing that. The videos that you posted have made you a target, and there are claims that the Nigerian army has been trailing you, threatening your life and forcing you to flee the country. The army has denied those claims, saying, and I quote, "There are bigger fish to fry," end quote. Tell us what you saw that night and what is going on now.
Well, thank you for having me, Becky. Thank you for giving us your platform to continue talking and sharing this story. What I experienced that day was the worst experience in my life. The Nigerian army that is supposed to protect us came with no warning, none, nobody, no representative to come speak to us first. At least they just came in guns blazing. We heard gunshots from behind the toll gate, because we were on one side of the toll gate, and we heard gunshots from behind and people running. So what we did was just to go down and sit down and just stay still, wave our flags. So because we believed that if we waved our flags, they would see that we are not here to cause any harm. We're not here to cause any troubles. We're just here protesting, as is our right to do so. So there was no warning, nothing. They came shooting. People were just dropping. I can't even explain that to you. It was such a chaotic scene that most times I find it difficult to close my eyes without seeing those scenes. And after they left, the Nigerian police came, SARS to be precise, because looking at the uniform, the ones we could see, and especially one man that was putting on white, I don't know who he is or something, but he had a pistol, kind of like a small gun, and he was just shooting at us directly, and we were just running for our lives. That's the short story of it, really.
Mm. Just after the Lekki Gate incident, I spoke with the Lagos State governor. Have a listen to what he told me.
Becky, I genuinely believe there will be change for two reasons. One, you know, what has happened, especially in Lagos, is extremely unimaginable. That's number one. Number two, it was a clear call, you know, for all of us in government, you know, especially, you know, understanding and realizing, you know, what the youth, what they truly want us to be doing, you know. So it hit all of us like a thunderbolt, and it was just, you know, a wake-up call.
Your response to what you just heard there?
With no due respect, I actually challenge the governor of Lagos State to just say the truth. They know the truth. It's been out there, they're conflicting stories with each other. Nigerians have died. This is not a time to play games. Families are looking for their loved ones. To be honest with you, with regards to me, I don't know how to feel, because in one hand, I'm grateful I'm alive today. In the other hand, I don't know if I should say I'm lucky. It's almost like I'm saying the others were not lucky. It is time that we own up to the things that we're supposed to own up to. The governor has a responsibility to the citizens of Lagos State, and he should say the truth.
Nigeria's president on Tuesday vowed to prevent a repeat of what have been these wider anti-police brutality protests through dialogue and through listening, he says, to all stakeholders. I just wonder, how do his comments make you feel?
To be honest, Becky, at this point, I do not hold what the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says to any, I can't hold it to heart. Nigeria is a dictatorship with a democratic face. And I think that is primarily to please the international communities. It is our right to protest anything that we see.
Nigeria is a dictatorship with democratic face. She captured that so well. Well, I have this journalist conversation on this same CNN report. There seems to be more, Arise TV to be precise, which have been doing the Lord's work for the past 2 months, and they have done so well. So they are having a chat about the CNN report, and I think you should listen to them as well.
We begin what's trending with reactions to an investigative report aired on CNN surrounding the disputed events that occurred at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos, Nigeria on October 20th. In a now viral video, CNN revealed that after analyzing hours of footage and working with an independent investigative network, people were killed by soldiers who fired live bullets at peaceful protesters, contrary to statements by the Nigerian army. CNN verified that the bullets found at the crime scene were mixed ammunition. Some were manufactured in Serbia in 2005 and is currently in use by the Nigerian army. Testimony from dozens of eyewitnesses and family members interviewed by CNN showed how the EndSARS protest was extinguished by the very same atrocities Nigerians were demonstrating against. Reacting to CNN's investigation, Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Teku Buratai, while receiving members of the House of Representatives Committee on the Army, said that the Nigerian Army acted professionally and kept to the rules of engagement in handling the EndSARS protests at the Lekki toll gate. He added that the Army operates within the ambit of the law. He therefore called on Nigerians to feel safe while going about their businesses. The Army has scheduled a press conference to officially respond to CNN. Well, I watched this on Wolf Blitzer last night. You know, the correspondent said that the Army had responded, and hopefully they'll have a press conference soon to clarify all of these allegations at this point. You know, this is an explosive report because if you recall, the Nigerian army has said that they only used blank bullets to disperse the crowd at EndSARS protests. And now this report is revealing that live ammunition found in Serbia, like bought from Serbia by the Nigerian army, was used. And another very important aspect of this report is the fact that 2 people were identified that died from that protest.
Just to let you know that a recap like that is very, very important. And if you then believe their lies, or you continue to believe their lies, or the way they are trying to manipulate everyone and change the story, then that is on you. It is no longer about where I didn't know. Now you know that they cannot be trusted. And Liar Muhammad is just a matter of time. His own time is going to be up soon too. So let's quickly go to the all of shame, the PDP, APC, abracadabra, the con men regrouping. And as they will have it, their pawns on their chess table are also warming up for 2023. They have been throwing the card of Igbo presidency, Yoruba presidency, and all that manner of fakery. But the truth of the matter is this. There will be no Igbo presidency, there will be no Yoruba presidency, there will be no Fulani presidency, there will be no Hausa presidency, or any other one you want to target. There will only be the same rigged establishment made president that will never be in your own interest. So Umahi, that they promised that he would be given the vice presidential ticket, or some said they are even promising him to be given the APC presidential ticket. So many other rumors. And last, PDP, they've started responding to, and it's becoming a big part of blame game, blah, 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 blah. And those collateral mumus, the Buhari didn't, the articulated morons, everyone, everyone is now probably warming up now on what is right or wrong about 2023. 2023, you are welcome. Let's listen to Umahi why he left PDP before we take it up.
People say PDP made me what I am. That is absolute rubbish. We made PDP what PDP is. The party, people that make the party. And I've contributed so much in making of PDP, not the other way around. I've been a peacemaker, I've been a negotiator, and even the governor of Oyo State coming on board, it was my prophecy, which, my fellow governor directed the working committee to come and prove me. In humility, I submitted, but that was a big minus for them because you don't probe a sitting governor. Another one is the PDP wants me to be castigating Mr. President. I have no any other boss other than Mr. President. And by my culture and my upbringing in my family, you do not insult the elders. So it's not in my character. And some of them speak rubbish in the day, and in the night they are caps in hands and they start going up and down. I don't do like that. I live one single life. So Mr. President remains my boss, my father, my friend, and I have no regret about that. And he's been very fair to those who criticize him and those who don't, and that's why he's a father. So I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Simple as ABC. And in another 4 years or 5 years, it will be back to PDP. And they will say, we have settled our differences. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, it's back. And all that manner of fuckery and fakery. But he has a friend in someone who is very much even telling us now that there are more PDP governors that are going to join them. So that some of you we have told that there is no difference between them. They move with the weather, and you are just their own collateral damage, the collateral mumus, the ones that fight yourselves because you see yourselves as political gurus. I laugh at you. I laugh so much. You keep telling yourself it's only PDP, it's only APC that can win election, it's only this and that, and you continue to get your hearts broken by these criminals because you continue to expect them probably to do something differently this time around. And every time you come back to regret that. And that's how they play with you. It's all of you collateral mumus, the collateral idiots that continue to think your existence, the Nigeria existence, is limited to APC and PDP. And there we go. There is this guy, and there's no other guy than Yeye Bello of Kogi. You know Yeye Bello very well, right? And if Yeye Bello can tell you that, more people are coming, as bad as you think say will be, many of your mentors, they come at night. They are perfecting ways to come and join them because it has become a cult now. It has become the survivor, the powerful versus the not powerful. The not powerful are you. They see themselves as powerful because they have guns, they have police, they have all of them that can shoot at people. Then the people who actually give them the power, they see them as the powerless. So that is what you're fighting now. It is called class war. Okay? The powerful versus the powerless. Yeye Bello of Kogi, Mr. Tata, says this after Umahi decamped. You should. Let's have it on record.
It's long ago, not today, when the party was going through some challenges. I did say that there are 10 governors from the opposition parties that will join APC. We have seen one that is even as equal as 10. He has joined us, 9 to go. And I want to assure you that the big bang is ahead of us. Thank you.
Why do you think that the opposition governors are going to be joining your party?
Because APC is a party that believes in fairness, equity, and justice. APC is the party that carries out people-oriented programs and policies. APC is a party that believes in the unity and oneness of this country. So whoever believes in the oneness and unity of this country will surely join APC. Or wherever you are, you will always practice the policies and programs of the All Progressives Congress. And that is why a lot of people are coming in. And more are going to come. Just mark my words. I don't lie, I will never lie, and I'll never deceive anybody. Umahi is here with us. More are coming.
Governor of Rivers State, Yinson Wike.
I'm sorry if you guys, I mean, if you know your Bello very well, you know that everything is just saying there. None of them is true. You know that. But there's no point in going into more details. But it's just to give you the political RNG that they are working on. They are working to push a narrative of Igbo presidency because they believe that maybe something needs to be done and they need to pick someone. All of these are just cock and bull, by the way, okay? Last, people are saying that Umahi is going to come back in hot tears. No, it's not going to come back in hot tears. It's just that once APC are no longer in control, any other party in control, just know that they all make investments here and there, okay? And none of those investments is in your interest. We have seen the reason why the Fulani terrorists that took, so many villages in Ebonyi. We now know why they were able to get the Ruga settlement for them there. You know the story. Now you know better. It is all about political interest. And these southern governors that you think probably should be able to push something, unfortunately, Baba, it is about political survival. Even the Niger Deltans, the Niger Delta governors, who are now more or less complaining that how can Zamfara be making money from their own gold and Niger Delta cannot make money from their own oil? I mean, make money from their own oil. Okay? Niger Delta oil is for the entire country, but Zamfara gold is for individuals who can mine gold. You can dig anywhere and make gold. That's yours. Keep it. Oyo State, where we have abundance deposit of gold in Yoruba land, is now being, extracted by Chinese. Different of them. They are now in different bushes in Oyo State, digging ground everywhere to make money from to find gold. You get what I mean now? However, they then decided to call the president to a meeting. Mr. President, we need to talk because our people are not happy. Ogoni land hasn't been claimed. The $2 billion that fake Pastor Ruga told them on a campaign trail, in his campaign trail then back in 2018, he told them, all of them, he said, we have paid $2 billion for the Ogoni cleanup. They are still cleaning Ogoni now, anyway, because, Buhari snubbed them. The news came out that Buhari snubbed them. Then the presidency, as usual, decided to quickly play it down. They said, no, it wasn't what happened. But at least listen to them. They see how they are meeting, but you can see Okowa speaking on behalf of the governors. You can see Wike sitting down there like like a tiny cat beaten by rain. A thug, by the way. Watch this.
And spoke with the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, and he did ask that I should please apologize to the South, that they are already there at the airport. He's there at the airport with the ministers, but because of the emergency meeting and the further meeting of Mr. President with the Inspector General of Police and the DG SSS, that it will be difficult for them to come for this meeting without these two persons in their midst. In fact, I believe that at that moment I was very confused because I know that we are taking all our leaders from their various homes since yesterday, and the governors themselves have left everything they ought to do through yesterday and through the night to this morning. We are going to convey this message to the Chief of Staff, to Mr. President, and I'm sure the press is here with us, and they should appropriately also communicate it that we desire, as a region, an unreserved public apology to the region, particularly to our traditional rulers and the leaders in this zone.
Now we've been here only to be told that the meeting has been cancelled. After this long, sitting in one seat for this number of hours, we felt this is a complete disregard for the traditional rulers and the region, the South region.
So some people are not finding that in any way funny. By the way, they were like, some of you are just mugus. They want to discuss the problem of their region, which has to do with resource control too. So they called all the royal fathers because they are waiting for Buhari's chief of staff to come to a meeting with them, so that they can now listen to them, and they can now go and talk to the effigy, the lifeless effigy inside our Rock. Say, okay, you see these oil producing people, they are looking for money. Mr. President, see, they ask us that, say, well, my friend, take that away from my friend. I have other things to do with. If they want more money, they should go and borrow money. I believe that is how Buhari treat them anyway. Wike is doing a lot to convince them that he is on their side and he is ready to attack and kill anyone for them. But look at them. Because the type of governance they practice, or the type of government they practice in Nigeria, is a beggarly system of government. The government that makes governors beggars, bunch of ass leakers, just some boys holding forth for their real lords, those who command the power from Abuja, bunch of misfits, bunch of opportunists who call themselves governors in the southern part of Nigeria. You can tell individually, you know what I'm talking about? But there you have it. They are looking for apology. They want, they couldn't say the Buhari should apologize to them. It was Buhari they invited. So they now said, okay, chief of staff to Buhari will come. And they said, oh, chief of staff to Buhari, Ibrahim Gambari, is having a meeting with police IG. And he only found out when he was at the airport that he's having a meeting with police IG. And South region, the place where they are making the money, the oil money. Our oil money, absolute bunkers, beggars, right? And same thing is happening in Oyo State, by the way. Artisans, people who don't really get paid by government or what have you, they are protesting the fact that the 30,000 naira that Buhari said he shared to 101,000 people, they called it COVID-19 relief fund. I don't know what I mean, but it's money. 30,000 naira was sent to 101,000 people. 30,000 to each person. Anyway, I don't know what that is in total. But in Oyo State, people are not happy because they said those who managed to get the money were APC members or people who know someone in APC and all of that stuff, and they protested. In Oyo State, the Oyo State is oil producing state in Nigeria, but because Nigeria is running a beggarly system of governance, where all they do every month is to go and beg for stipend. They call it allocation, okay? So they wait every month to share money. How much is mine today? How much is ours this month? So yeah, take 10 billion, take 15 billion, take 5 billion. And everybody just collect and go back and start thinking of how am I going to spend this month's money? Oh, You know what I'm talking about? Beggarly people. They are unable to help their people. They are unable to really, redistribute wealth. So everything stays within them because they have access to it. Just go there, go and collect your share in Abuja, and you can go and do whatever you like with it when you get to your state, while they leave their people poor. Sorry about that. I've got these kind of mixed up in a way. But let's watch them from Ondo, where artisans protested that they didn't get a share of the 30,000.
Ọmọ Oyo State ní o, nígbàgbọ́ ló bí o, iṣẹ́ wọn yóò nígbàgbọ́ o. Ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ fat lẹ fi wà ní. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣàlàyé náà. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Orúkọ mi Akínlájà Bàbá, lead moderator of Journalistic.
You see many of them, because they didn't get the share of that 30,000 naira. They submitted their details. I think they got approved, but when it was time for them to receive money, they didn't receive money. Others received, and you know what must have happened, Abby? Don't change jam for them. But that is Nigeria for you, where those who find themselves in political offices are just holding forth. It's just like holding a leg of part of an octopus regime or system that is put together only to favor the weight they put on those legs. So any crumbs that falls from the table, their table, is what those you called government appointees or civil servant, that is what they feed from. Okay, wherever the crumbs that falls from the table of the oligarch, the criminals. Yeah. So they must have stolen the money, shared the money, diverted the money. And people who were expecting to get alert didn't get alert. They protested immediately. Last, oh nah, noise. It won't change anything. In Nigeria that I know. However, we received this report. Mind you, there's one good news, by the way. Eromosile has been released, and I want you to see it's been freed.
Yes. Oh yeah, so this one is going out. So yeah, what do you want to say, Erom? To all the people on Twitter that have been shouting. They have been clamoring.
I've not really seen anything. The one that saw you on the flight. Yeah, the guy that saw me on the flight just said, sorry, are you Erom? Yes. Already.
Thank you, everybody.
Was happening. Okay. But you guys,
alright,
I appreciate.
Yeah. Let's go into the car. Go. Bye.
So that was it. They finally freed him. So they paid the bail fund yesterday. As usual, they played their usual Nigeria abracadabra, and they said they couldn't release him or free him yesterday, so they did that today, and that's a good one. Then let's go to Ibadan, where Seyi Makinde today. You remember Seyi Makinde said the reason why you have not been seeing Amotekun, the Operation Amotekun, on the street of Oyo State, it was because they were recruiting, and then coronavirus came. That slowed things down, because they were also, after recruiting, they were going to, start the training of those successful applicants and those who are going to be the Amotekun comrades in Oyo State. So finally, Seyi Makinde inaugurated them yesterday, whereby we now have the commissioned soldiers of Amotekun in Oyo State. They have coordinator. They have they have all manners of contacts where you can reach them during emergency time, or if you have any case or any report that you want them to work on. I'm talking about things going on absolutely wrong in your community. They have a very, 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 very easy way to contact them. But I want you to watch this. Then I'm going to take you back to Ekiti. A quick one in Ekiti. This one is funny. It's just a break before we go to Uganda and call it a night today. Let's go to Ibadan, where the governor of Oyo State inaugurated the Amotekun comrades today. Yesterday.
Ìdán tí àwọn èèyàn pa pẹ̀lú adìẹ yẹn. Tó túmọ̀ sí ni pé sẹ́yìn kan bá lọ sójú ogun tó bá lọ ń pa èèyàn mẹ́fà ẹ̀mẹ́fà àtẹ̀lé wọn dójú ogun. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá délé tó tẹ ọmọdé mẹ́fà pa àwọn ẹgbẹ́ akíkanjú ni. Yesterday, we approved at ESCO the 2021 budget for Oyo State, and they will take it to the House of Assembly hopefully on Monday. I'll go there and lay the budget down. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó ń kówó jáde nínú odò yìí, Amotekun kọ́ ẹjọ́ Honorable Speaker, èyí ń ta ọkọ̀ fún Amotekun èyí sí 0 tó dà kí àwẹ̀ yìí kó lè wá kówó jáde nínú odò fún ọjọ́ máa fi sọ sálárì àwọn Amotekun. When the story of the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, is told, it will be on record that it was officially launched on January 9, 2020. However, the Amotekun journey began earlier. In July 2019, the 6 states of the southwest Nigeria, namely Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo State, agreed to set up this outfit. Amotekun is indeed a first of its kind security agency because it is a regional security outfit initiated by one of Nigeria's 6.
Just a brief. So yes, they have finally inaugurated them, and you will begin, and they have equipped them. You will begin to see their, their red trucks in your communities, in different, on your streets now. And when you see them, and you can, you can also very much go on to Seyi Makinde, the governor for your state. Go to his official pages on Twitter and Facebook, and follow some of these hidden information there about how to reach out to them. Something really not so clear, and it is still because they are part of Nigeria, is that Amotekun cannot prosecute any case. If they manage to arrest a criminal, they will have to hand them over to the police. That is the arrangement they have now. But it's a good thing that they've started, and hopefully, when Oduduwa Republic campaign reaches its highest or zenith, I believe that that limitation will no longer be there, and I hope there will be a time to witness that. Okay, but let's go to Ekiti. There's a man in Ekiti who happened. His name is Isaac Fayoshe. Is Fayoshe's brother. He is not happy with Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, right? He's really, really raging, and he's not happy that people are not happy with him for not being happy with Seyi Makinde. He said he made Seyi Makinde governor. Wow, he must have been such a very, very powerful. He said, my brother made Seyi Makinde governor. That means it was his brother Fayoshe that made Seyi Makinde governor, and he made the elders to accept him, blah 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 stuff, right? But the guy is so upset that Seyi Makinde is not giving them anything, unfortunately. I want you to listen to Fayoshe's brother. He's not happy with Seyi.
And leave stupid comments about GSM,
Seyi Makinde is your GSM. It's not my own GSM. I took him to my brother. Me, my brother, begged Babaladoja to give the stupid man soft landing. He's been trying for years. Did he win? Until my brother and Babaladoja worked together to put him there. Is he not there now? Were you there when I was posting it? Check my post 2017. When I was doing DP for him. When I was killing cow for him, doing billboard. Were you there? God will punish you. If you come to this page and leave stupid comment, your generation will die. Because I didn't invite you to my page. Did I invite you to my page? Do I ask you to follow me? I can write whatever I like. It's your own GSM. It's my own page. I took him there. You didn't know what we did before he got there. So fuck your GSM. Don't come to my page and leave a stupid comment. I don't like Seyi Makinde, and I pray it doesn't get back for second time. That is your own, my own. You can go and write your own on your wall. Idiots, stop leaving stupid comments here or I block your fucking ass. Idiots, ungrateful GSM.
Is what could have happened? He's so upset. You know what I'm talking about? Just like Fayose, okay, he had no real job before he became the governor of Ekiti State. Some of his brother, like the one that just spoke now, I don't think he had any job, any real job himself. But yeah, his politics since 1999, since 2003, since Fayose ventured into Ekiti and Southwest politics, Isaac Fayose is now a kingmaker. Fuck. There are many now. There be government picking. Now waiting the chop with that PDP, APC. You see them? God damn them. I've got things I want to show you, but let's go to let's take a detour now. Let's stop by in Uganda. I have been following lately. I have been following the recent developments in Uganda. And to so many of you in Nigeria who probably think your case, get killed, and the abuses from your government is horrendous, you need to watch what the Ugandans are facing under a supposed democratic system of government. Meanwhile, I would say maybe, I'm going to say more than 50 to 60% of Ugandans, as we speak right now, they have not known any other leader or any other president in their lives. This man has been in power for 34 years. So imagine the population of those who are young people in Uganda who have never known any other president in their lives. Think about that. And the same old man who was, he was born in 1944 from his record. So 1944 to year 2004. That should be 60 years, right? Then plus 16 years. That should be 76 years. This guy is going to be 80 years in few years' time. And he's been in power for 34 years. And he's so busy now killing the young people. Same way the old criminal, Boko Haram, they overthrew a democratically elected government in 1985 and was compensated again in 2015, 30 years after. And today, Nigerians have kissed freedom of speech goodbye. But in Uganda, guys, it is worse. And I actually picked few to share with you. The presidential candidate in an election that the president of the country is also going to be part of, a presidential candidate in that election has been arrested and is going to be tried for treason for criticizing the president. Same thing they did to Sowore in Nigeria. Bobby Wine and his supporters, they have been under endless attacks from the state-sponsored terrorists like Nigeria. They have their own terrorists in uniforms too in Uganda who are not loyal to Ugandans. They are loyal to the president. Just same thing you have in Nigeria. The military in Nigeria came out and said they are loyal to the president. They are not loyal to the country. Same in Uganda. You will see few now. Let's start with how they picked up Bobby Wine from his own campaign ground. It's like someone going to speak with his supporters, and the police just barricaded the area and decided that they are going to arrest him because someone has ordered that he must be arrested for holding that rally. Guys, people are being killed. Same thing they are doing to you on the street of Lagos, on the street of Enugu, on the street of Aba, on the street of Onitsha. What they are doing to you in Nopibo, in Oyibo, what they are doing to you everywhere in Nigeria by their security agents, whenever they come after you, they are doing worse to these guys in Uganda. And the whole world, I don't know, the whole world seems to be cool. You know, it seems that everyone seems to be hearing their own noise only. Nigerians have been hearing the loudest noise of the abuses in Nigeria. Probably that is the same thing in other African countries, where people are facing hell under different dictators. So when they scream on social media, they believe the world is hearing them. Meanwhile, some of you don't even know. So now it seems that social media is going to link all of us up. And this is what I found in Uganda when they pick up an opposition leader. They haven't really done that in Nigeria during election yet, but you are going to get to that soon. Watch this.
How do you push a presidential candidate like that? How? We are not slaves. I'm not with
a presidential candidate. Ordinarily, doing that in any democratic country, doing that to an opposition candidate will automatically lead to riots. It will automatically lead to protests all over the country, where his supporters and everywhere, like a total civil disobedience. But in Africa, they will just have to kill more. And this is how they do it. Okay? For example, they will send the soldiers to start hunting down people from places they know they have the hotspot where they have the stronghold. And the purpose is not to arrest them. It is to create fear, okay, and kill them by shooting and injuring them, burning their properties, showing the strength of force to intimidate the citizens. And that is what they call power in Africa. Same thing in Nigeria. In Uganda, their own policemen are doing this. Watch this. You saw that, right? But that's just a start. I've got another one here. This one is how normally what they do to you on the street of Lagos, on the street of Abuja, right? Yes, they were doing the same thing on the street of Kampala. And listen to this.
Free my freedom! I'm Ugandan! I'm Ugandan! Free my freedom! Free Uganda! I'm Ugandan, please! Free my rights!
Is being arrested here by the police.
Free my freedom!
He's being arrested here now, Kenya.
Is that not what they do to you in Nigeria? Is that not how their soldiers and their police treat you in Nigeria? That is how they treat Africans who are under dictatorship in Africa. That's what they do to them. You have no right to question whatever their government does. If you dare question that, that can actually cost you your life. First, it will cost you your freedom. There are many Ugandans, like Nigerians too, who have left the country for safety all over the world. Museveni, Yoweri Museveni, has been escaping when they were picking on dictators in Africa at the time of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya and the rest. He was able to somehow escape that searchlight at the time, but that must have emboldened him more. Now we have social media. Ugandans are using the social media to say free Uganda, free Uganda. Yes, free Uganda. To my friends in Uganda, we join you in solidarity. The slavery that took over Africa century ago hasn't really left Africa per se. The slavery just got, or the slave masters just got replaced by a man or by men and women of your color, or people who speak your language, who look like you, to continue the enslavement and the slavery. And I pray Ugandans will not stop. I love this from the Ugandans in Kenya, like us in Nigeria, where other Nigerians all over the world reacted and joined in solidarity to mobilize, protested, to call the world attention to what was going on in Nigeria and still going on in Nigeria. They did say, and I love it. Watch this.
Ugandans living in Kenya have protested the arrest of pop star and presidential aspirant Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobi Wine. Alex Mukasa, the chair of People's Power Movement (PPM), has given an ultimatum to Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni to release Bobi Wine in less than 24 hours.
If Museveni does not release Bobi Wine today, I swear to him, this is going to be the end of his regime.
Tusikubali Afrika yetu iharibiwe na mtu mmoja. Tusikubali uchumi wa Afrika ama East Africa uharibike kwa sababu Waganda wenzetu wamevunjwa miguu, wamekatwa mikono.
This comes a day after the Ugandan police roughly detained the opposition MP Bobi Wine for violating the Electoral Commission guidelines on the number of people who should be present during candidates' campaigns.
Mashirika ya Kenya, we are watching, we are monitoring, and we won't be silent because tunajua dhuluma ikifanyika Uganda ni kama watu wetu. We are all blacks.
The government had restricted the number of people to 200 in public rallies, and it is believed that the crowd that was present during Bobi Wine's rally was more.
We are saying an end to police brutality and unlawful arrests that is happening back in Uganda. And we are calling for action from all, especially Ugandans, wherever they are in the countries where they are.
At Luka District, police fired tear gas at the rally venue and some of the politicians' aides were injured in the scuffle. This is not the first time the opposition MP has been at loggerheads with the government after he was arrested last year when his supporters stoned President Yoweri's convoy. Mr. Kyagulanyi, the presidential flag bearer of the National Unity Platform, NUP, together with 9 other presidential candidates are traversing the country to seek votes ahead of the January 2021 election. Samuel Lamkana, Switch TV.
Switch TV. Thank you very much for that report. I needed to share that with you. That was what happened to that young man who is challenging a dictator. They always make laws they don't obey, okay? When you look at their policemen, did you see them dressed like they were in any way avoiding spreading, spreading COVID-19, coronavirus? No. But they say, oh, you had so much crowd. The young people in Uganda seems to be believing more in this young guy called Bobi Wine. And this is not going down well. It won't be forced. There have been so many people who have challenged Yoweri Museveni presidency since he came to power. But many of them are not living to tell the story. Those who have lived long enough are those who have been his friends or moles in different opposition groups in Uganda. For years, he's managed to play his power so well that he even changed the constitution in order for him to stay longer in power. So he will be able to contest the election until until he gives up contesting election. He will never lose one. Rather, he would rather kill Ugandans to keep himself and intimidate them, spread fear like they are doing in Nigeria. All right. So I hope Ugandans will continue to push this. I think I have another one video which was caught on the street. I think it's this one. Watch.
I don't know what else to do. You look at that guy trying to point a gun at me. That one pointing a gun at me. Like in a way to say, why are you recording us? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. So there was tear gas right here in the office. Right there. They fired right here in the office. It's actually not tear gas. It's a bullet that just went past my ear. Why? It's a bullet that just went past my ear, and I think it is still in this box. So here is where the bullet passed. It went past my ear, and I think it's in this box over here. But this is what it looks like here. We are being shot at. We are being shot at in the building by army men. The bullet just went through my ear. It came through, and I think it's somewhere. It is.
So for those of you who have witnessed the Nigerian army invasion of your communities in the eastern part of Nigeria, in the Niger Delta part of Nigeria, especially in Obigbo in the last couple of days, I know many of you you probably got your fright there. I'm sorry that I didn't warn you before then. Okay, that was in Uganda. That is what life is currently in Uganda, in areas where they are trying to stop people from coming out to join any protest or demand for the release of the arrested presidential candidate. So I'm not going to say don't pray for Uganda. I'm going to say pray for Uganda. Pray for those loved ones who are going to be trapped in all this madness going on in Africa. And please don't stop talking about them. People are being killed. I mean, across some of these African countries, including Nigeria, and their governments are spending huge amounts of money to keep this away from the world. Let's use every opportunity we have to add our voice to theirs, so that the power of the government and the money they want to spend, like they are doing in Nigeria, will not drown the voice of those who have become victims of dictatorship in Nigeria, in Uganda, in Ethiopia, and so many other places where people have been subjected to the worst tyrannical system of government or governance in Africa right now. Let's continue to add our voice to theirs, so that the government's paid sellers will not drown the voice of the victims crying for justice. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time tonight. I am going to call it a night from this moment, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow. If you have the time, join me. And remember, if you haven't really subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary Political, please do. There is going to be, there's going to be a release tomorrow of a content that we just put together from the Maiyegun's Diaries, handbook. So I would advise that you should be on the lookout for that. Great picture, great content, clarity, and so many other things that you need to see, including infographic content that comes with those presentation. Watch out for that release. And if you are a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political, you are likely going to see it first. Thank you very much for your time. I will see you again next time. Have a good evening.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀.